What's going on, guys? You're in with Hardy Tech, and welcome back to another edition of Hardy versus Pokemon name here. It's still a lot more awkward when I say it that way, unfortunately. But I don't actually know who I'm going to be doing today. I think from now on, I'm just going to be randomly generating a Pokemon in the video, and then we'll just talk about it from there. Because last time when I did Metagross, I knew I was going to be doing Metagross like maybe 10 minutes before, so maybe in the back of my mind, I instinctively knew what to talk about, and that's just cheating. That's just not fair. So, you guys obviously can't see what I'm doing. You'll just have to go on the trust system here. I'm going to randomly generate a Pokemon right now, and that Pokemon is Braixen. Ooh, okay, so today it's going to be Hardy versus Braixen, the 6th generation starter evolution Pokemon. I didn't like Braixen at first, mainly because I despised Fennekin at first. Back when the 6th generation starters were first announced, I was Team Chespin all the way. I liked Froakie, he was cool, but Chespin was my thing. And I hated Fennekin with a burning passion. I think I did a video one time called Top 5 Reasons. I think it was Top 6 Reasons to buy Pokemon X and Y way back in 2013. And number 1 on that, I had Fennekin. You should buy it for Fennekin. And I'm like, just kidding. Fennekin freaking sucks. And because I went into X and Y with this already hatred for Fennekin, which I want to point out, by the way, since then, I don't really have that hatred for Fennekin anymore. I don't really have any. I guess now I kind of find it cute. But that's a discussion we'll save for a Fennekin episode. But because of that, I automatically disliked Braixen and Delphox, which wasn't really fair to them. And once I actually did my playthrough of Pokemon Y using a Fennekin, because I think I played through it all 3 times using all 3 starters, just because that's how it should be. Actually, I think my first playthrough, I actually had all 3 starters because the Wonders of Wonder trade, which was a lot of fun. I completely fell in love with the Braixen. Oh my gosh, I wasn't expecting that either. Just something about the way that it uses its stick, like pulls it out of its tail and uses it as a wand. Specifically like the Ember animation where it just like throws the fire. And I think it does that with a few other moves. It's just the cutest thing. Oh my gosh, it is. I hate Qualadin. I love Chespin, and I saw Qualadin and I was just heartbroken. It's a very ugly Pokemon. Frogadier is swag frog. Oh my gosh, he could get all the ladies if he wanted to. But Braixen out of the 2nd stage is definitely my favorite of the 3. I don't really have a lot of strong feelings towards Delphox, to be honest. I don't really dislike it or like it that much. It's just kind of there. That's really how I feel about all the Kalos final evolutions, unfortunately. But Braixen is definitely my favorite out of all that. Just the demeanor of it. It's a very cute Pokemon, and I feel bad that it's for some reason not a lot more than Delphox is kind of fallen into that certain community on the internet that we try not to talk about and try not to acknowledge them. I'm sure some of you know what I'm talking about. Like someone's just randomly sent me this video once. I think they sent it to me on Twitter of them just like in Pokemon and Me with their Braixen, like rubbing it in very ways, and then them like moaning. And I think I tried to just forget Braixen existed a while because of that video, but I've moved past that. I've just accepted the Pokemon as it is and realized the community's gonna do whatever it wants because, hey, I still like Lucario despite the fact that the internet has destroyed Lucario and Ninetales and Gardevoir. But that's a story for another day. Usefulness-wise, unfortunately, Braixen doesn't really have any kind of spot where it's really super useful. Like, Fennekin can be useful in Little Cup. Delphox, I think, is a pretty decent, like, UU Pokemon. Like, I know for a while, Choice Scarf Delphox is really common. I don't keep up on competitive battling. I don't think I've competitive battled in about a year now, so I'm very, very out of practice with all of that. But Braixen, unfortunately, really kind of falls in the middle where a lot of middle stage Pokemon do. It can't really take advantage of Eviolite because it's not that bulky. Its offensive stats maybe could be useful in NU or PU. It does get a pretty decent move pool though. You know, Psychic and Fire is a pretty decent combination if you ask me, because you can get things like Flamethrower, Psychic. You also get Shadow Ball to hit the other Psychic types with. I don't really think it. I don't know if Braixen would get Solar Beam or not, because I don't know if. I think that might just be a final evolution thing, because it doesn't really have anything to cover its fire typing, unfortunately, that I can think of off the top of my head. So Braixen isn't as useful as it probably would want to be, unfortunately. Although now that I'm looking at it, I don't understand what is coming out of its ears. Like, the longer I'm looking at this, the more I'm starting to see a moose. And that's kind of ruining Braixen for me, to be honest. I'm just seeing like moose antlers, and now I'm starting to see like Tails the fox from Sonic. Now I'm seeing Tails gender bent, having done a moose and they had a baby, and with goat legs. Oh god, I just ruined Braixen. I'm so sorry to everybody watching this right now. If you had any fond memories of Braixen, I noticed specifically one. I don't think she watches my videos, but I know of one person, a graphic artist in the community, whose mascot is Braixen, and I hope she doesn't watch this, because I might have just ruined Braixen for her, and I apologize. But I think that's all my thoughts towards Braixen for the most part. Internet ruined it, unfortunately. That's gonna happen with most, especially like more female-looking, like feminine humanoid Pokemon. Like, I've never seen anyone do that to Machoke, which is probably for the best. I guess nobody likes the big muscular guys, unfortunately. Poor things. They deserve love too. I'm gonna go draw. No, I'm not. I'm gonna stop right there, because that would not end bad. That would end very badly. That's gonna do it for us on this edition of Hardy vs. Guys. Who would you like to see? I can't ask that because we randomly generate them. Maybe I'll take a viewer suggested one. No, follow me on Twitter and I'll ask about that. But that's gonna do it for us today, guys. Until next time, I'm Hardy Tech Yo-Yo. Thank you so much for watching.